Hey, FlimsyLunchTray here, and welcome to World of Warships for a new series I'm starting here on the channel. And you may be wondering, Flimsy, why another series? You have the new player guide, you have the intermediate player guide, and you have the veteran player guide series. What's with another series? Excuse me. Well, those series definitely focus on trying to help improve players in the game. This one's going to be a little bit more of a relaxed series that I'll do from time to time. It probably won't be like every week, but just from time to time. And it will be the Naughty or Nice series, where I will feature players who are naughty, whether teammates or enemy players. And I'll also have videos where I feature nice players, whether they are teammates or enemy teammates, enemy players. So I was talking with Mrs. Flimsy. I want to give a little context about this. I was talking with Mrs. Flimsy, I think it was like 2 days ago, and I was talking about wanting to I've been sitting on a couple of videos where I'm like some salty players, some negative things in the game, and it becomes, how do I put this? It is rather funny to a certain extent, because I've been playing for the game 5 years, so sometimes you can kind of predict how players might behave or act. Not always. This video is definitely going to be not one that you expect, that I suspected or saw coming. But there's a little bit of an extent, you know, if you see an action happen, whether a teammate or enemy player will react nicely, or they'll just be really salty and negative about the whole thing. But I didn't want to just have videos where I was featuring only like kind of this naughty players, if you will. I wanted to kind of have it balanced, because I think if it was only featuring like the negative side of interactions or battles in World of Warships, like that would be very kind of depressing, so to speak. So she's kind of like floated the idea, like, what about like balancing it, where you feature players who are nice, and you can also feature players who are naughty. I think it's, you know, when you have players who, let's take a battle, and you have a very negative experience, right? You'll always remember the more negative experience than the nicer experiences you have. So you can feel like maybe the game's going down in the toilet. Let's say you had, 6 like good battles in terms of how your team and enemy team behaved, and then you can have that, that 7th battle. Where you just have like a lot of people were misbehaving in chat, cursing this, that, and the other, being toxic, if you will. And then that one will trump the other 6, nicer experiences, so to speak, if you will. So I like that. So I'm going to just do an episode time by time. I would like some feedback. You can pause and write in the comments if you want to give me some feedback on this. I don't know if I should just kind of have this as an episode, 1, 5, 10, 15, 30, 60, or like break it into seasons. Like you have season 1, episode 1, 2 through, I don't know, is it 12 episodes a season or something like that, from what I remember from certain TV shows and anime. So you give me your thoughts on which one makes more sense to do there, to kind of make it easier to track. Mrs. Flimsy gave me some of her thoughts on that, but since she kind of bears some ownership for this video series, so I definitely want to recognize that here in the game and in this video, but also get some feedback from you guys. So yes, naughty or nice series. So essentially I won't tell you whether the video will be naughty or nice. You will see what happens when the time comes. I'll try not to spoil it, if you will. But there's going to be something I just want you to take a mention of, whether this player is going to be naughty or nice. There is a player where the naughty or nice is going to come from, and I just want you to make a mental note right now of the cruiser that's on the 10 line, on F10. He is the subject of today's video, and throughout this entire battle, he will never leave the 9 or 10 line. Okay, I just thought that was amusing when I was looking back in on this. So, in the meantime, I'm just going to be giving some like kind of general commentary on the battle. So this battle is, right now it's arms race, where you have the buffs, and, see all the buffs on the mini map, and we take a massive hit there. We're taking a lot of damage. We're over 800,000, and we're trying to slowly push up. I'm trying to angle in towards the AP that's coming in on me, but at the same time, I'm trying to also angle towards the ships up north. As we're winning this flank, and it looks like our team's doing okay for now, holding the other flank on the 1 to 3 line. And I'm really anxious to try to get a shot off if I'm able to. If I saw that, I think it was a Brisbane that was in there. Then I think there's maybe it's a Minotaur, I don't remember. No, he's further back. I don't remember who else was in the smoke. We're about to find out if I see it as he's lit up on the mini map now. But we're trying to push up. There's an enemy destroyer that's somewhere up ahead. I'm going to go ahead and kill my throttle here, as I don't want to just come around the corner and eat like a ton of torpedoes. And between being focused by those ships and the CVs, I'm a little gun shy to push any further up now at this point in time. But we want to keep applying pressure. You can see we have teammates that are pouring into the center of the map. They're kind of in the channel between those 2 islands on the 7 line. And it would make sense to just, go in towards the middle, but there's also the challenge where we have to eliminate the threat to our team that's up here on the A through C line now. Because if we just try to sail into mid, we're just going to be eating a lot of broadside shots from, like, there's a Schlieffen, there's I think it's a Wisconsin that's currently back up, who's all the way up at A9 now. I think our Minotaur player was spamming him with a lot of AP. So anyhow, so we switched to AP, and unfortunately the Schlieffen was turning out before we were able to actually get like a decent broadside, so we're switching back to the high explosive now. The points are, we have 520, enemy team has 400. They've lost 2 cruisers, we've lost a destroyer and a battleship for the meantime. And we're going to go ahead and make another push now. Our repair parties off of cooldown, this, that, and the other. But the key area is going to appear in a minute. So right now, our team has good positioning, but we just lost to Trump. Our team has had good positioning to kind of be there and ready when the key area appears, but then they begin to leave the refuge of the islands, and they're just going to get focused down a lot by the enemy team, who's kind of retreated back. And is punishing us as we continue to push forward. But to try to get some pressure off of them, I want to be able to be presentable where I'm tanking for the team. But as soon as we decide to push up again, the enemy Essex comes flying in, and that's just, he's been really annoying for us to deal with, and we're going to eat all of his torpedoes here. So that's just, that's just great. So now we've lost the Republic. The enemy Minotaur is going to have a phenomenal game. He does really, really, really good this game. And you can see our Minotaur player, which I just glanced over at, he's spamming well done in the chat. So he seems to be upset, if you will. And then our CV is also upset. He's tired of us to stop chasing. Which that's true. I don't know exactly who he's referencing, probably the people that are dying in the mid, that we want to be able to not just throw away ships, right? Because I know coming out here could be deadly, as there's still an enemy destroyer that's unaccounted for from our team. And we're bleeding ships quite quickly. And then as soon as you see we begin to come forward now, I don't know if that's the enemy Brisbane, or who exactly. But in the meantime, we Doom, Clanmate gets the Trump, Audacious takes out the Schlieffen. So that's great. And we're going to back up here because we're still trying to pay attention to torpedo threats. That also, even the Brisbane poses, I think he's got 13.5 kilometer torpedoes, if you will. So Wisconsin is ducking in behind the island. I'm hoping to get this salvo off on the Brisbane here, because he's definitely being a pain for us. And our DCP is coming off cooldown, and then we can have the heal coming up as well. There's no... Because of how fast things have gone south now, is like there is a sense where we do need to be like putting pressure on the enemy team, but it's kind of almost too late, if you will. And we're not even getting the buffs that are on our flank to help us with healing. We have one heal right now, but it's not so good. So now Q, I think it's about to happen here, where you're going to see some kind of the definition of, is this video naughty or nice? So Minotaur player is still spamming well done. Everyone's following C's, and as he comes back in, you will see what happens. And what he does, I've not seen in a really long time. And I'm not talking about him just shooting us. So we'll just wait and hold it. So the Minotaur player, who's been on the 9-10 line the whole time, is really upset with us as a team. So I just spam him the well done. He gets a penalty for unsupporting conduct. And he's going to take out all of his anger on me and also the rune, as you see him beginning to shoot there. So, and as one enemy player is already noting in chat, that our Minotaur is not the nicest of people. And do you see that there? I'll zoom in for you. The Minotaur player did enough damage to me and the friendly rune that he managed to kill himself. I have not seen this in like 2 years, I feel like, of my time in playing in World of Warships. So this goes with the unsupporting conduct prevention system. Wargaming, I think they had an article back on it in September 2017, and then they've updated it since July 25th, 2024. But they did something where in the past you could actually damage your teammate, you could ram them, you could torque them, you could incapacitate their modules. In update 10.5, they made it to where players can no longer damage or destroy allied ships, disable their modules, or cause detonation. Even ramming won't cause any damage. At the same time, allied ships can still present an obstacle for shells, torpedoes, and other weapon types. While it's now impossible to damage allied ships, friendly fire is still tracked by the unsupporting conduct penalty system. This will allow us to punish any players who fire at teammates on purpose. This kind of behavior interferes with other captains' experiences of the game and doesn't contribute to a team's success. So after a player hits an ally with any armament type, except for secondary battery shells, they will be warned that they need to stop firing at allied ships. If the player continues to fire at allies and scores 40 hits on the same ship or 50 hits on different ships in a single battle, they will be issued a warning. Their nickname will turn pink. Any players who are issued a warning won't earn any XP or credits in that battle. And I'll put it on the screen because the very ironic, funny thing that made me laugh when I look at this, the example that Wargaming gives is with a Minotaur player. Well, they just have it as user tier 10 Minotaur destroyed by friendly fire penalty user Minotaur. So honestly, hysterical and so fitting, I think, perhaps for the start of this series. So when a warning is issued to a player, a friendly fire penalty is applied every time they hit an allied ship. The amount of damage inflicted by the friendly fire penalty depends on the perpetrator's current HP, and it grows with each new hit on an allied ship. So basically, he did no kills besides just ultimately killing himself. So that is the start of our naughty or nice series, because 'tis the season to be jolly. Now, I do need to make sure to kind of say this. There are certainly times I have played the game and I've gotten very frustrated. There's even probably been some times, especially back in the beginning of playing, and even every once in a while I can still become weak, and I can be a bit of a rude brute in chat, if you will, whatever name you want to use there. And I get it. It can be very frustrating. You could have had a lot of losses. You can be frustrated with your teammates. Sometimes enemy teams just generally better, like the Minotaur player. He was really good this game. So I get that it happens, right? There would be some level of perhaps toxicness that can come out of all of us. And you see it, of course, much more in the PvP environment of the game versus the PvE, even though, of course, you still can certainly see it in the PvE, just more traditional when it's players bad-mouthing players, because there's no point of bad-mouthing bots. If bots had feelings, this, that, and the other, then you would see players bad-mouthing bots in PvE. I'm quite certain that would be a reality you would see here in the game. So, of course, none of us are immune, but you know, when there's something like that, which I haven't seen in the game for such a long time, like this was back in, oh, this was like August of 2024 or what exactly? I've been sitting on this video for quite some time and trying to figure out how do I feature it, how do I showcase it, and it makes a lot of sense to go in today's launch opening of today's video series, naughty or nice. So I won't always alternate between naughty, nice, naughty, nice. Like there could be a naughty, 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 then a nice, nice, naughty, nice, you know, things like that. It'll keep you guessing, so to speak. So that's what I want to end up hitting on with players who are nice in the game, and just like promoting, you know, a better positive environment. So I guess there's a little bit of that type of goal here with the series, but it's nice when you see good camaraderie between your teammates or even enemy players, and that you're all just logged on the game to have fun, because at the end of the day, it's just a video game. So if you liked today's video, give a thumbs up. If you didn't, give a thumbs down. Subscribe if you do want to see more. If you subscribed already, thanks so much. I would appreciate it. Thank you to my Patreon supporters. And please do give me feedback if I should just do it one of two ways in how I format the series as it develops. If I'm just to keep it, you know, naughty or nice, episode 1, 5, 10, you know, 15, you know, going higher and higher, or if I should break it up into like, you know, like TV shows and having like a seasonal language, like season 1, episode 5, season 2, episode 2, those type of things, because maybe that would help if players are like, or maybe you're a viewer and you're like, oh yeah, I really like that video, you know, the in season 1, episode 1, there was that one battle that Flimsy covered, or season, you know, 1, episode 3, where there was that really nice guy in the game, and that was really cool to see. So please let me know, give me feedback on that and how I should format it, because I just don't want it to be annoying if it's like episode 65 and you guys are like, yeah, there was a better way to perhaps format this. So yeah, with that being said, wishing you a happy new year, as that is soon upon us. I'll probably still have another video tomorrow, we'll see. But thank you for your time, and until next time, take care.